Hi everyone. Welcome to a reading vlog. It is currently 2:50 p.m. on Saturday. I don't know if you can see that. I'm home. Just came back from the vet with my dog, who is sleeping soundly here. She's a little bit sick. So sad faces for her. But I wanted to take you along, excuse me, Mr. Tripod, I'm gonna move you a little bit, into what I am currently reading. I got some new earrings. They are very dangles. Don't know if I like them, but it's a vibe, so I'm trying it. Also, my shirt, I thought it was very apropos for today. It says no pricks on it. If you know, you know. If you don't know, I'm sorry, that was stupid of me to assume. Finally got the election results in, because I have been anxious ball of just plain old nerve endings, and every day I would wake up and I'd be like, okay, hold my breath before I check these results, because I don't know if I'm gonna like what I'm gonna see. And that was happening since Tuesday. It's Saturday now, so your girl has been stressed, but that's finally over. We got the little orange trumpet. Bye. But anyway, back to bookish content. I am currently reading, dog hairs all over it. Currently reading The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. I have been on this book for like, 2 weeks now? I just can't. I'm gonna just attribute everything to election anxiety, call it at that, full stop, no questions asked, because I could not seem to focus on this. And usually I use fantasy as like an escapism from the real world, but the past few days have been just too real to avoid, if that makes any sense. So I haven't been picking it up at all. I am on page, let me check for you. Okay, so I'm on page 131, not very far. This book is 600 plus pages. We're not going to talk about that, but I do also want to show you a small book haul that I got, because I'm an adult with no self-control. I own it. It's fine. It's fine. This is fine. But the first book I got is a book that I've kind of been seeing everywhere, if I'm being on everywhere. Voice crack. Hello, puberty. I've been seeing this everywhere, and it's The House in the Cerulean Sea. I'm actually reading this as part of a buddy read, the bunch of my friends, and it's actually the month of November, which is this month. I should probably start reading this. I mean, it's not a chonker, but if these past few weeks have been anything, if these past few days have been anything indicative of how my reading month is gonna go, that's all I'm gonna say. The next book I got is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I got this because G from Book Roast is actually reading, or read at this point. She's read The Humans by this author and absolutely loved and adored, and I picked this up on her recommendation, so I'm very excited to read it, because this is going to be my first book by this author. Not familiar with their writing style, not at all. Okay, I'm gonna get down here. Okay, sorry. Not familiar with their writing style at all, but if it's good enough for G, it's good enough for me. Motto of my life. No, I'm kidding. Next book I got. I am so flipping excited to read this. I don't know why I'm censoring myself, but we're rolling with it. These Violent Delights These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. I have heard this as Romeo and Juliet in China. That's all. That's all I gotta, that's all we all have to know. Because I don't know if I've ever talked about this on here. Probably not, because I'm a hot ass mess. But I love Shakespeare. I love it. It's beautiful and romantic and just can be interpreted so differently by so many people. Hello? And it's just like, I know everybody loves his sonnets, and if you don't, totally fine as well. But my favorite of his is The Tempest, and then it's Romeo and Juliet. As an adult, thinking about the idea of Romeo and Juliet, biggest eye roll in history, because you have these two children, I think they're like, 13 or 14 when the story takes place, children, and you fall in love within like an hour or something crazy. Ma'am. Hello. They fall in love in like an hour or something crazy like that. And then she fake dies. Oh, spoiler. I'm sorry. Oh, God. Oh, if you haven't read Romeo and Juliet, spoiler. I'm so sorry. So she fake dies. No, he fake dies. Who fake dies? He fake dies. He fake dies. Romeo. She thinks he real died, so she real dies. And then he wakes up from fake death, sees that she real dead, and then he real dies as well. Ridiculous. Is that how that goes? Why do I not know the story of Romeo and Juliet? Anyway, back to the origin of this horrific tangent. I am so excited to read this. I have literally not heard or kept myself away from any sort of review or spoilers or anything because I want to experience every single word, every single letter of this for myself. Look at the bean. Look at her. Hi, Blossom. Somebody's not feeling good today. Big sad. We're big sad for her today. She has to take her medication in a few hours. My poor baby. And the last book in this haul is The Rise of Kyoshi by F.C. Yi. I love Avatar. Avatar: The Last Airbender, the series, because we don't talk about that movie that doesn't exist. And one of my favorite characters has always been Kyoshi, and how badass and big-footed she was. And I'm super, super glad that there's actually a story, like a book about her origin story. And I hope they're going to... What is wrong with this tripod? Hello. I hope they're going to adapt this in some point as part of the TV series, because I would love that. But yeah, I love Avatar. I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. I actually rewatch it probably like a couple times a year because they're super easy episodes to get through, and sometimes I do use them as like background noise when I'm doing something else because I know what happens. And I finished Korra, The Legend of Korra, I think sometime this year, and it doesn't hit the same. It's still good. It just doesn't... It don't hit, is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't hit. So these are the four... Did I get anything else? Did I buy anything else? I don't think so. So these are the 4 books that I bought myself because I have no form of control. But we're here for it, because otherwise I would have no content for you. So I am actually going to be reading some of the Dragon Republic right now because I haven't read shit. So, and I have other buddy reads to do. I have other things to do. I have things that revolve around me finishing this book. So I'm gonna put you somewhere. Who knows? Mystery. I'm gonna put you somewhere and we're gonna read. We're gonna read together. So buckle up. It's gonna be real boring. Bitch, I thought I was gonna say wild. No, I don't lie to you. Sorry. Okay. So it may have looked like some time has passed, but it hasn't. I'm lying to you all. I have read nothing, but I wanted to just talk about... Let me adjust you because I feel like you can't see me. I just wanted to talk about this book for a moment because I realized I didn't introduce it at all. So this is a Dragon Republic. It is the second book in the Poppy War series. I think that's what it's called. I'm sorry if it's not. This is the Barnes & Noble signed edition. So it has the author's initials like imprinted on here. Is imprinted the right word? If it's not, and then it's signed here. And yeah, that's about the only difference. But oh, it is the Poppy War. Okay, awesome. So the Poppy War, if you saw my last video, was amazing. 5 stars. Everybody read it. Gut-wrenching, beautiful, sad, full of victory, full of regret, full of death, blah, blah, blah. So I was very excited to get into the sequel, but the universe doesn't want me to be happy, doesn't want me to read. I don't know why, universe. Oh. So I just wanted to kind of give like a recap on what I've read so far. This takes place like a year or so after the events of the first book. So if you don't want to be spoiled for anything, I would just skip on over. So spoilers are gonna start like now. And so this takes place like about a year after the events in the first book, when Rin decimates an entire like group of people to end the third Poppy War and to save everyone, so she thinks. In the process, she becomes addicted to opium because she allowed the Phoenix god to enter her body, wink wink wink, and now she keeps like hearing voices. She can't control her powers. She burns everything. She like explodes into flames like the guy from Fantastic Four, and she takes opium in like alarming amounts just to kind of dull her senses a bit, but it does make her like essentially useless in battle. So she's been walking around in like a drug-addled state for the past year, and when her predecessor died in the last book, she takes over command of this group of like, we're gonna call them group of misfits, because essentially that's what they are. So now she's in command. She's high on opium half the time. She doesn't know how to lead. She's like, well, like 21 years old, or 17, or no, she's 18. Boy, she's 18 in here. So she doesn't know how to lead. She doesn't know what she's doing. She's just walking around in an opium cloud, and shit starts to go wrong, as wars tend to make things. So they're traveling in a plot, like their whole plot is to kill the Empress, which they found out at the end of the first book that she sold them out, and she was instrumental in starting the third Poppy War. So Rin especially wants to kill her, but the Empress is like this renowned warrior who no one knows how she took the throne, because they were a trifecta of supreme warriors, and now the other 2 of them are like gone. Nobody knows where they are, and she somehow is the only one remaining, and she took the throne. So there's kind of like a speculative mystery around that, and she has this way, the Empress has this way of like enamoring people to her, and like whatever this is, seducing people or something into protecting herself so people don't like come after her or assassinate her or something. So I don't know why I'm so cold. I'm cold. Goosebumps. And so now she's on the road to vengeance, and I'm at the point in the book where she has literally just suffered through like withdrawal from opium in order to make herself useful in battle again, if she's gonna kill like the most renowned Empress warrior queen. And so she has to basically rebuild her body, because she was like, she withered away when she was on opium. She would literally just lay there and just smoke to oblivion. So now she has to retrain her body. She has to build up her muscles. She has to build up her stamina and endurance and all this if she's gonna have any sort of chance of victory. And so I'm at that point in the book. We did have some reveal happening where one of the characters finds out that one of their family members have died, and that was kind of one of the things keeping them going. The prospect of seeing that family member alive, because he was important. So why would he die? He's important. And now we're just kind of dealing with the after effects of that. And Rin is starting to kind of build her body back up, but it's nowhere near where she was in the first book, when she was like warrior motions. And now we're starting to accompany her on the path to recovery and recuperation and just building herself back up. And I am going to be making some coffee. ASMR noises. And I'm going to sit down with the dog and read a nice chunk of this, hopefully, and come back to you with some thoughts. Some more thoughts. So I just had thoughts, but some more different thoughts. Hi. Here to just volume up on the fireplace ASMR. I am here to give you an update. Also, I haven't eaten, so I ordered food. It is 4:43, still on Saturday. Same clothes, same situation, but new stuff. So, hey Miso. I just wanted to update you all on my reading, on my food, there's still more, and how I'm feeling. So, I got to, Miso, you don't scratch that. I got to page 151 in Dragon Republic, and so Rin has just met the Empress. They're doing like some sort of war council room meeting situation, and Rin is kind of like the plant, the trap, the catalyst for the whole plan. And they thought that I'm sorry, I'm just like drooling over this. So they thought, and please excuse my horrendous etiquette with chopsticks, I'm still learning. I'm supposed to like hold them this way so that I can easily grab stuff, but I'm still finding myself holding it this way. So I'm trying to train my brain, but my brain not very big, so it's taking me a little bit of a while. But, so, plan is not going according to plan. What? Yeah, there's a hiccup because they did not suspect Rin to kind of fall for whatever the Empress is saying, and she has this power to like get into people's heads and kind of manipulate their thoughts and make them think make them think the way that she wants them to think. So it's ruining the plan and the ambush that they have in motion. It's very subterfuge, and one of the warlords that hello puppy, how are we feeling today? You hungry for some beef? Are we hungry? Are we hungry for some beefy? She's been sleeping all day. Doctor said that was pretty normal. Gave her some injections just to kind of help her recover a little bit faster, and it's just made her a little bit drowsy. He also advised not to take her out for any sort of walk, any sort of exercise, just because she's having some sort of I don't know if I explained why I took my dog to the vet, but yesterday she was very lethargic, and she just kept hiding behind furniture and under furniture, which she never does unless it's like unless there's a thunderstorm outside. So we noticed that, and she wasn't eating, and her tummy was making like these weird noises. So I was like, usually when dogs have like an upset stomach, they will fast themselves just because they don't feel good, so they're not going to eat, which is totally normal. And yesterday I had fed her some like bone broth that we made, and she had a little bit of that. She had like plain white rice just to kind of stabilize her stomach a bit. But this morning she was just she's just not been herself. So I took her to the vet, and the vet said that she could have pancreatitis. So he gave us some antibiotics, some antiemetics, because she's been vomiting a little bit, and she also had like this weird rash all over her chest and her abdomen. I thought it could have been from her harness, because I use a harness whenever I walk her, and it was kind of like in the areas where I place her harness, and the doctor was like, it could be that, but they took like a cytology sample of her skin, and the doctor was like, oh yeah, I see a lot of pollen on here, so it is very like allergy heavy season right now. I thought it was just allergy heavy for people, but I guess four pod people also have allergies. So the doctor was like, yeah, there's a whole bunch of pollen on her skin, and her skin's very inflamed, and she's very irritated. So we have like this medicated shampoo. She's glaring at me right now. She's like, why are you telling my business, woman? So we have a medicated shampoo. She's gonna take a bath today. Yes, bath. She hates bath time. And that's gonna be happening twice a week. For about a week or so. Her whole course of treatment is just about a week. But the injections that they gave her today are supposed to help her. And she's just not herself, and it's very sad. She's not this quiet. And I don't know what to do. I've been giving her bits of like bland food, because that's what the vet said. But it's just, she has a bite and then she goes right back to sleep, and it's very It's making me sad for her. I just want her to feel better. But yeah, I'm gonna finish this food. I got a lot. I'm very excited. And then I'll go back to reading and I'll catch up with you later. Hi everyone. It's Sunday. Is it Sunday? Yeah. Yeah, it's Sunday. These past few months have been just one long Monday. So, the reason I have you facing that way is because I am playing The Sims. I know last I checked in with you, I was reading Dragon Republic. But I've put a pause on that because I was finding that I was forcing myself to read, and that never ends well for me. So now I decided to play The Sims. I'm going to show you around a little bit, so come here. Okay, so this is my Sim. Her name is Finley. Cute little outfit. We are in the aspiration of academic. So she wants to enroll in university, be super smart, blah, 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 blah. So right now I'm kind of working on her skills. The ones I'm most focused on right now are writing and research and debate, which she's both level 3 at. So I've been trying to get her to actually focus and do the stuff I want her to do, but when do Sims ever do that? I hate when people do that with their cars. Oh my god. So here we have Finley. It's Finley. We have our Bengal cat named Cece. Let's give some food to Cece, even though we're not supposed to. So this is our house. Let me just... Yes. Let me just show you real quick. This is our home. We have our cute little patio area, a little bike, and then you pull the walls down. We have our living area, the kitchen, bathroom, entryway, home office, bedroom, and then you have the outdoor pool, which I had to get this pizza floaty. I just had to do it. I put a cat tree. Wait, I deleted this cat tree. I deleted this cat tree because there was like some glitch going on with it where the cat was just floating in the air. And then I bought a new one, but that one's still there. Oh well, 2 cat trees. So I'm gonna be playing for a little while. I've gotten like reading fatigue a little bit, so probably just gonna make myself a pot of tea, sit here, play with my Sim for a little bit, and then probably go back to reading later. I have started Nevermoor instead. I'm on page 103 after reading for about an hour, so that's amazing. And it's so good. Like, it's funny, and like sometimes I'm looking at the character and I'm like, are you an adult? Because we have the same sense of humor. I don't know what that says about me, but I'm loving this, and hopefully when I'm done playing with Sims, I'll be able to probably finish this, fingers crossed, by the end of today. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you in the next one.